Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, Melodramatic, the first and only YouTube channel to share opinions that nobody asked for. So, a little bit of background on me. Over the past year and a half, I've been on a weight loss journey and I've lost over 130 pounds. And as someone who knows the reality of obesity, I think that qualifies me to give my 2 cents on the fat acceptance movement. And I sure do know how much they love it when ex-fat people talk about their community. And I thought that there was no better person to start out with on the channel than fat activist, fashion icon, and apparently medical doctor, Fatsapphicbro on TikTok. Now, if you're someone that has had the pleasure of being oblivious to who this TikToker is, then fear no more, as I am about to enlighten you with their wisdom. But before I get into it, I do want to give a quick disclaimer. Don't go and harass them, even if you're trying to educate them, as it's probably going to fall on deaf ears and you'll end up blocked. So, with that out of the way, let's peel back those folds of adipose tissue and dive right in.
This person says, I'm new here, but I see it as you don't want to talk about weight loss because it's fucking toxic. Go find one of the other accounts that do. Yes, exactly. I genuinely don't get why people don't understand this or why they're having such difficulty comprehending. I genuinely don't get it.
Now, I want to start off by acknowledging that yes, if weight loss is something that you don't want to discuss on your page, that's totally fine. You do you. However, the issue lies in that blanket statement that weight loss is toxic. You go on to say that you have a difficult time trying to understand why anybody would have a hard time comprehending this. Now, I know that you know slapping a controversial topic and a few buzzwords into a claim and presenting it as fact will garner a lot of attention. So when you boil weight loss down to just being toxic, obviously people are going to have a bone to pick with you. Also, when your claim is easily disprovable, many people are going to call into question your logic.
Other than people really do not like boundaries, and people do not like being told that something that they're doing is harmful to other people. I guess. I don't know. It's bizarre. But yeah, thanks for getting it.
Again, I don't think people are having issues with your boundaries, but instead the way you talk about your boundaries. Additionally, me as an individual choosing to lose weight has absolutely no effect on you. In what way am I causing harm to you? Every time I drop a pound, is someone hitting you over the head with a rubber mallet like it's whack-a-mole? No, you're not personally impacted. And besides, I thought you were all about bodily autonomy, so why is it an issue all of a sudden?
Here's the thing. So the trolls keep commenting that they're pissed off because I spread medical misinformation. If they gave a shit about misinformation, they'd be coming at anti-vaxxers and the pro-ED accounts, but they only harass fat people.
I absolutely love the way that they dodge the issue at hand and instead deflect and complain about being unfairly criticized. It's like, hey, well, at least I'm not doing this other really bad thing, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't know if you're aware, but people can call out whoever they see fit, and we can address more than one problem at a time. The internet is notorious for calling out other people on their bullshit. I think it's a little bit funny and kind of telling how much they think other people care about taking down fat people. Like, the majority of people aren't going out of their way to get their pitchforks and torches and round you up to burn you at the stake like it's 1692 in Salem. Most people don't care. It's when you post blatant misinformation that people take offense.
And in most of the videos, and in the comments of most of the videos, I am being misgendered. I am being told that fibrobialgia does not exist. I am being told that type 2 diabetes has no genetic component. I'm being told I'm not really disabled, I'm just fat. I'm being made into a caricature.
Now, this part I agree with. We shouldn't bash them in the comments and purposefully misgender them, but instead try to educate them on why this information is incorrect. However, when your response to that is hateful and condescending, obviously people are not going to be as kind. It seems you take great offense to anyone that slightly disagrees with you. If people are hurting your feelings that badly with the words that they say, maybe turn off your phone. TikTok is notoriously not the kindest space for anyone that deviates from what society deems acceptable. Also, remember, you're uploading this to a public platform where others have the right to say whatever they want, just like you are.
I'm being told that I have never had a restrictive eating disorder. They're stating their opinion on what eating disorders are, which is ridiculous because we have a DSM that tells us what eating disorders are.
You know, it's funny that you should mention the DSM. So let's take a look, shall we? Now, according to you, in the past, you have struggled with what you describe as a, quote, restrictive ED. Now, if we take a look at the handy-dandy classification for an avoidant/restrictive food intake disorder, we can see that based on the first criteria, you don't fit the requirements. And I know some of you might say, but what about atypical anorexia? Come on, let's be real here. It's more likely that you're struggling with BED, as you've mentioned, binging before. But I'm not going to diagnose you since I'm not a doctor and can't give sound medical advice.
And some of us have taken classes to understand the DSM. I was literally working on a master's in social work when I became disabled. I was going to do social work research and therapy. And so I know how to read research articles. I know how to write research articles. I know how to do a degree of research. I know a lot about reading research. I was literally a master's level research student.
Okay, and I literally don't care that you kinda, sorta, almost, maybe got a master's in social work. It doesn't matter how prestigious your degree is. If you tell me that unicorns are real, I'm gonna think you're full of shit. I also love how smug and full of pride that you are about being able to read research papers like it's some insanely difficult thing to do. I think most people with a rudimentary understanding of the English language could have a general understanding of a topic after reading one. You're not special.
The trolls don't give a fuck about misinformation. They genuinely don't. Because again, if they cared about misinformation, they'd be going after the plethora of misinformation that the diet industry and personal trainers and nutritionists like to spout on this app.
Again, I'm not understanding why you think we can't have more than one concern at once. I can call out a fitness influencer giving shitty advice while I also call out you. And personally, I think because they don't use as outlandish talking points, people are less likely to respond. You make it pretty easy. And for the record, yeah, I do genuinely care about the misinformation that you spread. Because when you come onto an app that has a mostly younger demographic and promote the things that you promote to people who are more than likely in a vulnerable state seeking advice, I take issue. When you suggest that diseases like type 2 diabetes are not related to weight, you are in fact harming people, and you are in fact spreading misinformation. Man, oh man, this shit gets me going. But let's take a look at one more TikTok.
Like, have you seen my silhouette? Sheesh.
Oops, that's the wrong one. Hang on, let me get the right one.
Just a quick reminder, your body is perfect, exactly as it is. You don't need to lose weight. Love you.
Jeez, I'm so glad that you told me that. You know, it's crazy how when I was 130 pounds heavier and couldn't walk around the mall without getting winded, had high blood pressure and prediabetes, that I was just perfect all along. It was just my mindset. I had to love myself. See, this is what genuinely pisses me off about the movement. A few years ago, as a insecure 15-year-old, I know that if I would have stumbled upon this content, I probably would have believed it and adopted the mindset. My point in discussing this TikToker and other fat acceptance creators, and I guess the movement as a whole, is to encourage people that are considering a change to go for it. Never be okay with the idea of complacency. You can always change. Whew, well, I think we've done enough mental gymnastics for the day. Wouldn't want to do any more because that might be considered exercise, and we all know that's fat phobic. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing and give it a like. If you guys have anybody specific that you want me to talk about in the fat acceptance movement, please let me know down below and I might do a video on them. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you again.